Time to take the demon, look at those demon rat poos out of the demon. Righto, so I didn't film yesterday when I pulled the plugs out of this beautiful demon car, and you can see the rear rotor. I'll show you the photos here. You can see there the rear ones were firing. The front I pulled the plugs out of this beautiful demon car, and you can see the rear rotor. I'll show you the photos here. You can see there the rear ones were firing. The front ones still look brand new after I bought plugs. Plugs for this thing, I got them at trade and they're 160 bucks. They can be up to about $300. I did change the MAF sensor, which is that, which made no difference. But yeah, and then I'll drop in a little bit of, because the only way I could test to see if I could see the spark was to set my phone up and film. So you'll see there, you can see them sparking and that. It looks like this thing's had an LS1 or LS coil swap kit done on it, because it doesn't have standard coils. It has LS ones on it, which is another massive bonus for this thing. So I played around in the mud yesterday and tested them. I didn't film too much because it was just too wet out there and I was crawling around in the mud. It was a terrible day, but I still enjoyed myself. I'm glad to be back here on the tools. I'm really enjoying this rotary experience, to be honest. So now I got it all back together and then took it for a drive, and it threw codes for lean bank 1 and misfire cylinder 2. So now, because I can see that the coils are working and it's sparking, it sounds like it's got compression. I haven't got a rotary compression tester, but I am going to buy one. They are a different thing, guys, where it doesn't just, with a normal compression tester, it has one compression, whereas on these it has 3 compressions on each cylinder, and it has to judge each apex seal. So they're a different sort of thing. You can do it with a normal tester, but by myself, it's a bit of a mission. So anyway, yeah, so today I've got to pull all the inlet manifold off. We'll start by pulling all the demon rat poo off. You pull off the top inlet manifold, that one there, and then there's another one that runs to the side here. That one there's got to come off, and then apparently you can get in. There's 2 lines of injectors, the top ones and the bottom ones. And then I have my injection cleaning machine over there. Haven't got to that area to clean it up yet because I've been sidetracked on playing with this thing. But we're getting there, guys. We are really getting there. So I'm going to work on getting this apart and I'll show you where I end up. So manifold is off. And as you can see, yeah, I just pulled the fuel line off and it didn't seem to have a lot of pressure behind it, but I did just put it into a bottle and a fair bit come out. So there's our inlet and our injectors are here. So yeah, I've got to get there's 2 fuel rails. There's the top injectors and then the bottom. They look easy enough to get to. So yeah, get them out and get them in the machine. I think I found the issue. See down the back, they're my bottom 2 injectors, so they're secondary injectors, and that's what I don't have as secondaries. I've just cleaned it all, but there was a lot of fuel and shit down in there, and this injector here is just flopping around like a cock in a sock. So yeah, I think that's our issue. I think we have seals or O-rings or something on that injector, so I'm hoping that one's dirty. So I think we're golden, guys. I think we found a problem. This sort of thing pisses me off. Brand new machine, used it twice, and that's how it's left, with an injector in it. Like, I keep asking, where is someone? Gone. Righto, so I got the injectors in. These are the 2 secondary injectors, the ones that were down the bottom. These are the 2 that I think aren't working, because it feels like we've got primaries and no secondaries, and you've got 4 primary injectors in that top rail of the rotary. So if we just press start, it'll run through its sequence and we'll see what she's going to do. Okay, so they're all spraying pretty even. That's actually spraying better than I thought it was going to. The secondary injectors obviously don't spray as much, you can see there. They're all spraying actually pretty good, so maybe that wasn't my problem. But we did have a leak on the seal on that very back one. So, yeah. Righto, alright, well I'm going to run through some of these and give it a leak test. So we'll drain that. And we'll look here, see on here it's got, so that was on number 1, so that was just an ultrasonic clean, spray test, idle test, medium, high speed, acceleration test, leak detection is 8. So that's that one. Righto, so they're not leaking. I love this machine. I've cleaned all that crap out of there. That absolutely pissed me off. But anyway, that's just what I'm putting up with. Alright, so that there's good. Righto, so I'm going to let it run through its sequence, and there are a few settings here, so it won't be idle. It'll probably be under high speed test or medium test that it's not firing on these ones, on the back ones. What's it going to do? Righto, I don't know. I was hoping I was going to really find something wrong there, but yeah, we'll go high speed test, which is 5. So you just change that there. I'm on the phone at the moment to a mate, Paul at Mad Race Engines. He's building a billet 2J at the moment. He's got the heads off the Jag, and he's having issues with the head welding up. It's the welds, the heads are shit basically. But anyway, yeah, so we'll get out there and have a look at what he's doing. He's got a Mini with a V8 in it, and I'm sure you guys are going to love that one. Bit of a change from the rotary crap I'm playing with now. Righto, I'm going to clean these. I don't know. Now that that's apart though, I can check that secondary solenoid and see if it's actually moving. I can't get the manifold out to check those barrels, but I don't know. I'm hoping it was just that back one leaking. Anyway, I'll run this on its test and see how we go. Righto, so ultrasonic cleaning, 10 minutes. It just clicks away in there and yeah, cleans up. So yeah, all in all, successful. All the injectors are working. So now we might go have a look to see why we didn't find the issue, I don't think. So we're working through it, so let's see what's going to happen. I don't know. Set back up in the, didn't have much crap come out using the ultrasonic cleaner. So we're back in here again to see what it's going to do, whether they spray more now they've been. It's a nicer spray pattern, that's for sure, after they're cleaned. What do you reckon? That does look a lot nicer, I think. I'll flick back to the previous one. Yeah. Anyway, I'll let that run for a bit and we'll start putting it back together. Injectors are back in, top and bottoms. That just happened. I'm just vacuum testing this solenoid here. Opens up the secondaries in there, and I've just vacuum tested that and it is opening them. So that's all working. That one there is all working too. When you go like this, that's opening as well. Yeah, so I don't know. I haven't found anything that stands out, except for maybe it was leaking on the bottom injector. But at this point, I haven't really found anything wrong. Like, it just, yeah, hopefully it goes back together and just works. But at this point, you know, yesterday all the plugs were fine, all the coils were working, the injectors are all clean now and back in. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, I'm learning a lot. And that's what it's all about, and having a play, so that's all that matters. It's been a big day, but I'm back together. A couple of vacuum lines, I can't find the spot for them, but there is a catch can, so there's probably a few deleted. Who's keen to see if it's going to run? I know I am. It's late. I know that I'm not going to get a chance to touch it for days, so yeah, I'm actually thinking the fuel pump's weak after all that. Actually, I might just check for fuel leaks. I'll be back, hang on. If I told you that I could see the injectors to check if they're leaking, I'd be lying to you. So let's just see if it's going to run. Here we go. Wants to. as soon as it started, the battery went flat, but it did start and run, so we'll give it another hit. And then I wonder if those vacuum lines were off before and that's why it won't idle properly. I can hear vacuum leaks, so I can check for some vacuum leaks and go from there. Still runs like shit. It smells like burnt grass, and in the workshop when I open the door I can hear like in the muffler or the cat falling apart. So I think next step is undo the exhaust, maybe a straight pipe or something, and get rid of the cat, or put another cat in it. See if I've got a high flow cat here and modify that to fit. But I do think that what I'm going to do right now, because it just run, is I'm going to undo the fuel line, and if that doesn't piss fuel out, because it didn't piss fuel out before when I undone it, I reckon that I've just got low fuel pressure and it's running just enough fuel pressure to run, and then when you get up it, it just noses over and won't go any harder. So I might look at that as well. I don't know. Fix everything and eventually something will be right. Righto, so fuel pump's out. I pulled one out of CX7, which is what that assembly there is. That's the old pump there. I'm hoping this was my issue, I don't know, but I'm just putting it back together now. I had to get rid of the original line, which looks like that, and I've just ran this other rubber line in, and yeah, we'll give it a go. Both of the cars run the same amount of horsepower. Fuel pump should be fine. It's not running big horsepower or anything, don't need a big fuel pump. I just would love to know if that is the issue. So I'm just about to get that back in and we'll cross our fingers. And if that is the problem, I've got clean fuel injectors and I learned a bit. So it's not the end of the world. So right, tighten this up, get it in, see what it's going to do. Righto, time to see if I've just wasted my time or whether I fixed it. Where's the key? Bugger. I'll be back again. Hang on. Righto. So we've changed the fuel pump. I'm hoping it all comes down to fuel pressure that the issue has been. Let's see if it even switches on. Oh, that primed real quick. And I can actually hear injectors clicking in the engine bay this time. Normally it goes and took ages for that to happen. Am I just wishful thinking it or what? But here we go. Might go get my jump pack. Rotary. Try 407. That's annoying. I'm going to see if there's fuel pressure at that other rail at the front now. Righto. So alright, so here's where I've ended up. The pump, I put the pump together and the pump works, right? But for some reason the CX7 pump and the Mazda 808 pump run on, I've got to swap the pins around on power and negative here. When I run power to the pump the other way, it actually pumps and works. Yeah, so I'm just going to drop the pins out, swap them around, and then it should work. It's I'm getting there, guys. Been a long time since I've been on the tools and I'm enjoying it, to be honest. I cannot wait to be here full time. But anyway, it's a while off yet. Swap this around and we should get some braps. Brap. Here we go again. This time it should work, I think. Like, yeah, I don't know why that was around the wrong way. Did that prime then? Hear the pump switching on now. So I'll give it a couple of primes. And as far as I know now, that's pumping fuel out, whereas it wasn't before. So here we go. We're getting there. Hear a bit of a vacuum leak. Have to drive it, see what it does. From here we're going to check the exhaust, see if it's blocked. Other than that, I don't know, put a V8 in it. Righto, I'm going to jump underneath here. I've got the exhaust undone. I'm just going to check to see. It's still a bit funny. I don't know, like honestly, I don't know what's going on with it, which is fine. Let's get under here. See, I've undone the exhaust there. What I want to do is sit you there like that. I want to get it so I can bring it down like that or something. Trouble is all the bracing under the car holds the exhaust up, which is good because I'm about to take it for a drive. It still doesn't seem right. I just don't know why it just won't, you know, do stuff. It's just annoying at the best. Just want to see if that cat's loose. Hang on, there's my torch there. It's not flopping around like the cat's still. In place there. I don't know if it's blocked or not. But anyway, I'm going to take it for a drive with that. You can hear though when I go like this, right? So, hang on, I'll point you in. Right, so I just stuck. Where's the light there? I just stuck a bloody thing in there to see if the cat, which is that, is flopping around. But then when I hit the exhaust, listen. Something back there is not the best. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it for a drive. Going to get out. Righto. So here's where we're at. Gonna finish off, put the fuel pump in properly, take it for a drive. From here, I've got to buy a proper compression tester because they're different, a couple $100, aren't they? But I'm going to do some work, so I can play with this today, which today's almost done, and maybe a little bit tomorrow, and then I'm going to start doing some cars and bring some money in. What was that you said? Red, why don't you buy another one? Oh, really? Do you think? I wouldn't mind a white one or a silver one. Yeah, that's a good idea. Who come up with that idea? That's a bloody good idea. Maybe I should buy another one. Alright, that's a good idea. Whoever said that, you're a champion. Let's buy another one. I must be getting somewhere, like that's the first time it's ever idled. But to me, I'm going to take it for another drive. I thought it was leaking something. To me, it's like it's the front rotor because that one wasn't firing. I couldn't compression test it properly. But to me, it's got no compression on the first cylinder. So I'm hoping driving it a bit and heat cycling it will, yeah, let whatever's stopping it from having compression. You know, it's just, because to me it's sort of, me it's just on one cylinder, just not right. But anyway, I'm going to drive it a bit more up and down the road. The exhaust is still undone. We're getting somewhere. Worst case scenario is we've got to pull it apart, which I don't mind. Or buy another one, or buy